Ladies and gentlemen, could you please welcome Scott Mann, the Member of Parliament for Cornwall.
Well, thank you very much indeed. We should all be optimistic today. 44 days until we leave the European Union. Yay. Fantastic. Look, I thought, I'm not John Redwood, I'm Scott Mann, and I know many people in this room won't know who I am, so I thought it'd probably be a good idea to run you through a bit of my background before we get on to talk about the issue of the day. So, I spent 20 years working for the Royal Mail. Okay, I was a postman. In fact, I think I'm the only MP that can ever say that I delivered my opposition's leaflets as well as I was selected back in 2012 by the good people of North Cornwall Conservative Association. I actually beat one of David Cameron's A-listers. Part of the reason why I think they selected me over that other person was because of my Euroscepticism. It was a very tight vote that evening, but they put me on course in 2012 to go out and knock on as many doors as I could. And we set about that straight away. We managed to knock on 20,000 doors before the 2015 general election. And what I learned in those 2.5 years was pretty vital in terms of what we're doing now. So I represent a very coastal community. You know, I've got ports like Padstow and Bude, who in the 70s and early 80s had a thriving fishing community. A thriving fishing community that we've seen devastated under the common fisheries policy. You know, people try and pigeonhole Euroscepticism and people that supported Brexit. I walk around London, I see people all the time say to me, you know, you don't know what you voted for, you're all thick, you know? I can tell you right now, the people of North Cornwall knew exactly what they were voting for. They aren't racist, they aren't bigoted, they want their sovereignty and their democracy back in the United Kingdom and back into Westminster. I seem to have been a jinx on Westminster, so since I've been here I've had 2 Prime Ministers, 2 general elections and a huge referendum. The general election in 2017, my majority went up ever so slightly, and I was really proud. I think it was predominantly to do with the stance that I'd taken in Parliament on this issue. And I have to tell you also, working in the Treasury, often it was a case that you know, it's very difficult to get them to say anything good about the Brexit process. And that was a huge frustration for me as a PPS in there. I wanted to talk positively about these international trade deals that we're going to be doing. You know, for me, to tie us into the customs union in the current state of affairs would be an absolute disaster for the United Kingdom. You know, you've got 27 countries that are all bound by a trade policy, almost like a big ship, a big tanker that can't change direction very quickly, and a nimble country on the side that can set its trading tariff and arrangements on its own course. And I think that puts us in an exceptionally good position as a United Kingdom to take this thing forward. So I see the benefits for that. On fisheries, you know, we've already heard Macron talk about the idea that we're going to trade access to the fishery for some sort of trade deal. For me, you know, any extension to the implementation period would be completely disastrous to my fishery. You know, we can't afford to extend it any longer. We've got the discard ban coming in this year, and from my point of view, if that comes in, my fishermen in my mixed fishery in North Cornwall will be hamstrung before we even left. You know, so I am a believer that we need to get out on the 29th of March. I think the deal, we could probably get the deal over the line if we had the concession, but I'm not sure it's coming from the EU. I don't think they think we're all going to cave. They think we're all just going to fall over and fall in the line. Well, I can assure you that I won't be falling in the line. And I know a lot of my colleagues that won't be falling in the line either. And could I also just say, I know this doesn't get mentioned very often, but I want to pay tribute to David Cameron. So David Cameron gave us the referendum, right? We often forget about this, and you know, people talk about David campaigning for Remain, but he was a Democrat. You know, he put this question to the people, and you know, we've seen the challenges in Parliament of people trying to deal with this issue. There's a lot of people over there that don't want to deliver this thing. You know, we see them walking through the lobbies and saying that they're not trying to hold up Brexit, but they keep voting against it. It's absolutely maddening. So I just want to give you an assurance from my point of view that we're firmly behind you. We want to get this done. We're 44 days away from our release from this captivity that we seem to have been in for such a long period of time. And there are massive opportunities out there for us once we've taken that brave decision. Now, ideally, I'd like to see a deal, but I don't think this talk of no deal being a complete disaster is any way, shape or form accurate at all. You know, there's 2% of my businesses in Cornwall that actually do any business at all with the European Union. You know, most of those want to export, they're small businesses, they might employ maybe 5 or 10 people, but they're really quite keen to get out there into the world and start trading with the world. So I think that's all I'm going to say today, but thank you all very much for allowing me to come along and address you.